An ant is pretty dumb, and it has no plan or will. But when they get together, they become so smart that they could make massive structures and form huge colonies. When they are together, they can plan what to eat, how to expand the base, and when they are in danger, they'll go to war. Isn't it weird that an insect this dumb can be so organized? This is Emergence. One fascinating thing about the universe is emergence. And the meaning of it is that small things get together and form complex structures. You could find emergence in everything. The molecules that form water are extremely different from water. Let's say you go in the rain and your clothes get wet. You feel wetness on your clothes, but if you zoom in, you'll see a bunch of molecules that are stuck together. And where are they sitting? On the atoms of your clothes. Water is a good example for emergence. The same molecules that make your clothes wet, they are the same ones that form water, or when they hold their hands together, they become ice. Or in another form, a snowflake. Another way to think about it is that you can think of layers, and the more layers of molecules stacks on top of each other, the more complex it gets. Atoms get together and form molecules. Molecules get together and form proteins. Proteins get together and form cells. Cells get together and make organs. So every layer you go up, it gets more complex. And more complex than that, all these organs and body parts get together and form you. And people like me and you get together and form society. You saw how we went from one atom to a whole society? Wait here, let's go back to the ants. How do ants split jobs? Let's say it's 25% workers, 25% caretakers, 25% soldiers, and the last 25% gatherers. How do they split these jobs? They didn't split anything. When the ant is born, it has one of these jobs, and the chemical that it gives off shows what job this ant has. A soldier has a certain smell, and when a worker ant passes by a soldier ant, they both know who is who and what they do. You could say an ant's memory is extremely strong and remembers who it passes by, so they remember how many soldiers they saw and who that soldier was, and can pinpoint which soldier he saw. When an anteater attacks a colony, all kinds of ants die, and that is why the colony gets messed up, and if it's not fixed fast, they all starve to death. Like sometimes when you see an ant colony that gets attacked, a lot of ants die. Let's say all the gatherers die. When gatherers are not there, everybody starves to death. But when ants are together, they're very smart and see how they can fix this issue. This stupid ant by itself gets extremely smart when it's in a colony. When all the gatherers die, all the ants walking by each other acknowledge each other, and they remember what kind of a worker they saw. And when they walk for a while but not notice any gatherers, they turn themselves into a gatherer, because they understand that there's a shortage of gatherers. And the cool part is that when they switch jobs, they switch smells, so the other ants can know which job this ant has. They work so well and organized that a destroyed colony can get back on its feet right away. But an ant is simple Emergence can be found everywhere. Atoms, molecule, protein, cells, all these are the same. They're like the ant. They adjust their own colony, and they have no boss telling them what to do. They know exactly what to do. The smallest living thing is a cell. If you look at the inside of these cells and take anything out, that cell dies. You could say that about your body as well. If you take a major organ like the colon out, you're not going to be living anymore. When you look at a single cell under the microscope, just like the one ant, it's pretty dumb and stupid. But when they get together, you cannot stop them anymore. They'll form the most complex things you've ever seen. Things that we have no clue how they work. Pretty much like the brain. All these stupid cells got together and formed you. And you can breathe, eat, look at your laptop, open up YouTube, and watch an Unten Inc. video. All this is because of the cells. When you think about it, it's extremely complex. How do these cells work so well together? Billions of your cells have a job to make a heartbeat. And these billions of cells have to work together and cause a shake in your heart, and that shake is a heartbeat. After a lot of research, scientists have found out that when a cell does something, the surrounding cells copies them. Even after all that, it's extremely complicated, because when all the cells work together, the one that pumps out and the one that pumps in, they all have to work together. Trillion little living things work together, your heart works properly, and blood flows all throughout your body. What about the most important part of our body? The same one that asks all these questions and the same one that answers them. The brain. The brain is the same. It's formed with different types of cells and has made this, the thing that can think to the end of the universe. Even though this is the thing that comes up with all these questions, we still don't know much about it compared to every other part of our body. The cells that make up our brain is kind of like countries. What makes a country a country? Their people, the land, the buildings, the flag. A country has no face, no brain, no feet or hands. It's not a living thing, but you could say it's formed with living things. And just like the ant colony, people working together make it work. For making their countries better, they can do constructions, build roads, build cities, build weapons, and go to war. And they could also be destroyed, pretty much like the ants. But that country gets better and better as long as the people work better and better. From the normal worker to the top professor. Everybody works together and makes a complex, smart thing like a country. And if a country wants to be on top, just like the ants, they have to work together and do their work properly. We don't know why, but in the whole universe, emergence makes sense. In all kinds of shapes and sizes, emergence is there. So please let us know, what do you guys think about this?